Somebody told me about the flood. Now is there room or am I out of luck? I look into a sweet baby blues. She said, honey, I guess you lose. You ain't got no reservation on a Salvation cruise. Stuck on a bank without a raft. That girl of mine, well, she left me flat. I prayed to Neptune. You gotta be careful on the God you're praying to. Well, they just kissing my reservation on your Salvation cruise. Your fundamentals, well, they're not like mine. I drink some whiskey, I drink some wine, I get along fine. Oh, I don't get so blue. So sail away, no dancing allowed on your Salvation cruise. Alright. So blind, just because you left don't mean I'm left behind. I see some sign, just like a headline for the morning news. Ain't no survivors on your sunken ship y'all call that Salvation cruise. Ain't no survivors on your sunken ship y'all call that Salvation cruise. Ain't no survivors on your sunken ship y'all call that Salvation cruise.
Former in-studio guest and all-around decent guy Mark Cutler is who you've just heard from off of Sweet Pain, Salvation Cruise, the name of that one. Before that, we heard from X going out by request off of the album See How We Are. I'm Lost, the name of that track. Tony Jones here. You are tuned in to The Tony Jones Show online at tonyjones.org. Check out rifreeradio.org, on Facebook, facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, and on Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Way back at the top of the hour, I told you I would tell you about a few events coming up. You just heard from Mark Cutler. He'll be playing at Banshee Fest this year, and we've switched up our charitable endeavors. We're going to be donating to the Rhode Island Food Bank and the North Kingston Rhode Island Food Bank this year. I'll talk a little bit more about Banshee Fest, but first, 1 week from tonight, I'm going to have two events at Manchester 65, which you can find online at manchester65.com. I've got the Liberty Drinks Networking Barbecue during the day, so you come out, hang out, have a few drinks, and just exchange business cards, network, chat, hang around. Then at night, we will be doing Food Fest. That's going to have music from Erp Snurple. We're going to have Dirge Carolers, Tony Jones, and the Cretan Three, a fantastic band, if I do say so myself. The Stone Unturned, Jody Jolt, and the Vault. Halitosis coming all the way from Connecticut. And it's called Food Fest, not because I'm a big fat guy and I like food, although that is the truth. It's also to raise money and donations for the Rhode Island Food Bank. And as I'm talking to the food banks, they're telling me, which makes sense. I mean, it's really no surprise. So going into the end of last year, into the holidays, people get very charitable for the holidays. And there's some tax implications for folks, too. You know, they make a donation, they write it off on their taxes. Well, after the holidays, after tax season, guess what happens to both monetary and physical donations for kind of all charities, but food banks specifically? Mew. That's right. Donations, they kind of bottom out. You know, everybody after the holidays forgets about people in need, unfortunately, and that's why we're going to try to bridge that gap a little bit at Food Fest. So go to Manchester65.com. I hope you can make it out. We're going to have a blast. Banshee Fest is going to be a blast, and I had a blast last night. Earlier, I played the Evil Streaks, and last night at dusk in Providence, Wolfman Chuck, Tony Jones and the Cretin 3, the Evil Streaks, the Turbo ACs, Burning Streets, and the Coffin Cats, all in the same night on the same stage at dusk in Providence. And maybe you can tell in my voice a little bit, I am still recovering from the, let's say, revelry that went on at the gig last night. But I digress. I'm going to spin some more tunes. You can check on Twitter at Tony Jones NRI if you'd like to hear something. X went out earlier by request, and now we're going to hear from the Ravenettes off of Pretty in Black. This is a track called, it's something we're all looking for. It's something we all need. It's Love in a Trash Can.
Like
A Lot of Rhythm in My Soul, the name of that one. That was Patsy Cline right here on the Tony Jones Show. Before that, we heard from the Ravenettes off of Pretty in Black, Love in a Trash Can, the name of that one. You are tuned in to the Tony Jones Show. TonyJones.org is my website. Facebook.com/